Greetings, viewers and subscribers. This is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. Tinubu is borrowing again, and I believe he's doing that intentionally to sink Nigeria before 2027. You get why? When Dino Milai alerted Nigerians on this.
Please take notes. With subsidy, Muhammadu Buhari borrowed 87 trillion in 8 years. Without subsidy, Tinubu, so far, in 3 years, borrowed 157 trillion. 157 trillion in 3 years. I want anybody to show me what we have done with that money.
Many Nigerians did not take this very seriously up until just about yesterday. Tinubu went for another approval of $516 million for a project, road project for that matter. And the rubber-stamped National Assembly, especially the Senate led by Abiu, as you all know, had given it a nod as usual.
So I join you and my colleagues to commend Mr. President that in these difficult times, when we don't really have money, that it is better to borrow for projects. It's better to borrow for infrastructure so that at the end of the day, we'll have something to see. And then we can pay through even the infrastructure. Repayment can be done through the infrastructure. So this is highly commendable. And I urge the Committee on Local and Foreign Debts to do a job and bring it back to us for expeditious approval. Congratulations for all those in that corridor. But I wish you find a way to curve it towards Calabar. Thank you.
We must thank Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for initiating this project. It's a project that will change the lives of so many people in the Northwest geopolitical zone, North Central, and even Southwest. It will reduce the distance of traveling by road from Sokoto to Lagos by more than 70%. In less than 6 hours from Sokoto, you can reach Lagos instead of spending close to about 13 hours. We should expeditiously approve it.
But come to think of it, Nigerians, since the borrowing, has anything changed for good? What has the money been put into? Where are this money being pumped into? This is some of the questions somebody like Sanusi is raising.
We cannot continue supporting foreign refineries when we're an oil-producing country, keeping refineries open abroad while we're not doing our own. Today, we have a situation where we have our own domestic refinery. We're not importing petroleum products. We're even exporting to Europe, and this is very good for the economy. Artificial exchange rates, especially when you're printing money, cannot work. There was going to be a devaluation. Now, so for me, removing subsidy or liberalizing exchange rate, these were good interventions. Now, were they done at the right time? Those are certain questions. And were there other things that should be done that have not been done? These are other issues. And I think we must make that decision. So it's not enough to say, oh, they removed subsidy. You had to. When you get to a point where 100% of your revenue goes into debt service, you cannot continue. Where is the money going to come from? However, if you decide to remove subsidy and liberalize exchange rate in an environment of very loose monetary conditions, before you have tightened money supply, the Naira drops to a bottomless pit. Okay, so that was a timing issue. Okay, secondly, we've removed the subsidy. We're not spending it. What we should now see is fiscal consolidation. You cannot remove wastages and continue borrowing higher thing. And I've said this before. So you need to see the benefits. So if you're not paying the subsidy and you've got the money.
But to the average Nigerian who are direct victim of hardship, despite removing of fuel subsidy, yet they are starting to show for it. Nigeria continue to borrow. And you know what? Most of the money, some of you are wondering, why is it that the fuel prices and petroleum products are hitting the rooftop?
We are challenged. There is a dearth of electricity. There's a problem of transportation hike. There's a problem of expected inflation as a result of the war that we have no control of.
It's not because of the war in Iran, my people. We all know that it's just a lie by the federal government. The reason fuel prices are hitting the rooftop in Nigeria is because Tinubu is using the money, the excess money, to service debt. Why? Dangote has the biggest refinery, as we are told, and Nigeria is one of the biggest oil producing country. Why is Dangote not getting enough crude oil? He makes demand for like 15 cargo. He will end up getting 6. The remaining, where does he go? He goes into selling the crude abroad in order to service the debt Tinubu is plunging Nigeria into. Opening Nigeria up to international market, despite selling to Dangote even at the international market price. I mean, the crude oil.
Well, it means quite a lot. We don't have much to do with it, but the world is a global village, and it definitely will affect us, unfortunately, but we pray this situation will be sorted out. It's not going to escalate. If it doesn't de-escalate, we'll end up paying, big prices. Like what I said earlier on to CNN, if you look at it today, Africa is very busy paying debt, and putting this again on top of us is going to add a lot of hardship on people, on the government, on the people, on everybody, for something that we have no really any involvement in it.
So where is the money going to? So many people have been asking. The borrowed money is being used to buy all the buyables, to bribe all the bribables. When you hear that each governor that defects to APC gets about 500 billion naira, you think it is a joke. Where are this money sinking into? It is sinking into Tinubu's 2027 agenda, and there is nothing anyone can tell me to convince me otherwise. And Nigerians must know this truth, and that is why we are speaking it here. And I just hope many Nigerians will start seeing beyond their nose what this man is doing. I can tell you, he's trying to sink Nigeria so that whoever that is coming after him, definitely by 2027, because he's not going to make it, will find it almost extremely impossible to thrive. Tinubu is already on his way out. He knows that. But in his mindset, if he's going down, Nigeria will go down with him. And that is what we are seeing from his actions. If that is not so, tell me what it is. I'll take my opinion, and this is the message. Deal with it and leave the messenger out of it. My name still remains Asuchinot Peters, your advocate for good governance. Help me share this video to everyone, and let's have your opinion on the comment section. Bye-bye for now.